On the morning of his wedding, Ethan Caldwell chose money over love. The church was filled with white roses and quiet anticipation. He walked into the bride's room instead of the altar. His voice was steady, almost rehearsed, as he told Clara that he couldn't marry her. Not with a prenuptial agreement she refused to sign. His family's fortune, company shares, his future security were at risk. Clara didn't cry at first. She simply searched his face, looking for the man she thought she knew. When she finally walked down the aisle alone, the guests assumed it was nerves. They didn't know the groom had already left through a side door, guided by his father's firm hand and a lawyer waiting in a black sedan. 5 years passed. Ethan's wealth multiplied, his tech investments soared. He bought a penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city he now ruled from a distance. His name appeared in business magazines. His smile appeared calculated, but success had a hollow echo. On quiet nights, when the city lights flickered like distant stars, he would remember. He remembered the way Clara's voice trembled when she had said, "If you need protection from me, then you never trusted me." He had convinced himself he made the logical choice. Love was uncertain, money was measurable. Then one autumn evening, she walked back into his life. It happened at a charity gala hosted in the very hotel where they were once meant to celebrate their honeymoon. Clara, she wore a navy blue gown, simple but striking. Her posture was different now, stronger, self-assured. The timid schoolteacher he once knew had vanished. Whispers followed her. She runs the foundation. She built it from nothing. She funds women starting over. Ethan felt the room tilt. Clara had used the heartbreak as fuel. She had started a nonprofit supporting women abandoned or financially controlled. It had grown into a nationwide network. Ironically, many of her largest donors were investors Ethan once mentored. She noticed him watching. Their eyes met, and in that brief silence, 5 years of unsaid words resurfaced. He approached slowly. For once, he wasn't sure what to say. "You look well," he managed. "I am," she replied, calm and unguarded. The music swelled around them, crystal glasses clinked, laughter rose from distant tables, but in their small corner of the ballroom everything felt suspended. "I was protecting what I built," Ethan said quietly, as if continuing a conversation paused half a decade ago. Clara studied him. "No," she said gently, "you were protecting what you feared losing." Her words struck deeper than accusation. They held understanding. For the first time Ethan saw it clearly. It hadn't been about millions. It had been about control, about the fear of vulnerability. His father had always warned him that love could be expensive, but regret was far more costly. Later that evening, Clara delivered a speech about resilience. She spoke of women who rebuilt their lives after betrayal, who discovered their worth wasn't tied to anyone's approval. The audience stood in applause. Ethan felt something unravel inside him. After the gala ended, he found her outside on the terrace overlooking the city. "I was wrong," he said plainly. "No rehearsed language, no legal disclaimers, just truth. I let fear make my decisions. I thought protecting my money meant protecting myself, but all I did was lose the one thing that mattered." The wind tugged gently at Clara's hair. She looked out over the skyline before answering. "I forgave you a long time ago," she said, "but forgiveness doesn't always mean return." His breath caught. In that moment, Ethan understood that this wasn't a negotiation. It wasn't a merger he could fix with apologies or assets. Love was never a contract. "Is there anything I can do?" he asked, voice unsteady for the first time in years. Clara turned to him with a softness that wasn't weakness. "Be better," she said, "not for me, for yourself." She walked away, not in anger, not in triumph, but in peace. Ethan stood alone under the city lights, feeling smaller than he ever had inside his towering success. The next morning, headlines announced a surprising donation, a significant portion of Ethan Caldwell's personal fortune pledged to Clara's foundation, not as leverage, not as apology, but as accountability. He didn't know if love would ever return, but he finally understood what it required, because wealth can build empires, but only humility can rebuild a heart. Some lessons cost millions, and some awakenings arrive 5 years too late, but still just in time to change a life. If this story moved you, tell me in the comments whether Clara should have given him another chance, and subscribe to Cinematic Whispers for more stories about love, loss, and the choices that define us.